Hey everyone, this is Ian with AlphaCars and Royal Enfield Boston. Today I have this very clean 2022 Royal Enfield Meteor 350 for your consideration. This bike only has 150 miles on it. It's really in like new condition. And what we're going to do in this video is learn a little bit about it and go over its general condition. If you're new to the channel, welcome to AlphaCars. We share daily motoring content, so definitely subscribe so you don't miss out. But now let's take a closer look at this Meteor. This Meteor is in Fireball Yellow. Very nice shade of yellow. Really pops, especially with those decals on the rims that accent the tank. So very classic looking machine with kind of, you know, a modern twist with the kind of bright colors there. Very, very nice. And this bike, as I mentioned, only 154 miles, I believe. Let me turn on the ignition for you. 154.1 miles there. So this bike is really in like new condition. We acquired it in a trade-in. Someone was trading this in towards another vehicle, and it presents wonderfully, really like a new machine. It's freshly serviced, ready to go. We can check out how golden that oil is. We can see right at the upper level, oil level there. So this bike is really just great value for it because, of course, it's like a new bike, but you're going to save, you know, a considerable amount over a new bike by buying this, you know, slightly used one. So as I show you around it, let's just learn a little bit more about the Meteor. So 4-stroke, 349cc, a single cylinder, has a single overhead cam, 20 horsepower, 19.9 foot-pounds of torque. And believe me when I say this, these feel like they have a lot more power than what I just read to you. The power band is impressive. The torque is really right from down low, so no matter where you are in the rev range, they just pull and pull. And it's really a fun bike to ride. 5-speed gearbox, and of course it is air and oil cooled. So we have those nice machined finish fins to dissipate heat off the cylinder jug there, and even a nice little kind of heat sink on the header pipe. And check out the finish on everything. It's so nice. Even like the whole exhaust has that matte black finish on it. Just a very, very attractive machine here. Decent sized tank, or I say decent, actually a really good sized tank, 3.96 gallons, and then these will yield around 80 miles to the gallon, so you're going to have plenty of smiles between fuel stops before worrying about filling up. And only 421 pounds wet is what these weigh. And what I mean by the wet weight is that's fully, you know, gassed up oil, hydraulic fluid, brake fluid. That's fully ready to ride. Don't be fooled, so to speak, by a motorcycle's dry weight, because that's not actually what you're going to be experiencing, what you're actually going to be maneuvering and handling. So like I said, 421 pounds, really pretty standard for kind of a bike of this size in this class. Standard ABS front and rear. You see the rear caliper here. Floating design, it's drilled 270 millimeter disc with a single piston caliper. And the front rotor is a 300 millimeter caliper. Sorry, let me rephrase that. 300 millimeter disc with a 2-piston caliper. And once again, floating design, keep braking nice and smooth, dissipate heat as much as possible, and drilled. And they're in a very nice shape as well, as you would expect. We can see the Meteors on a center stand. So that's standard on the Meteors. Really big value added feature in my book. The center stand makes maintenance so easy on the bike. We can see I can just spin the wheel whenever I need, do a wheel change, tire change, basic maintenance. You just pop it on the center stand. It's very safe and, you know, upright, and for storing the bike too. It's storing it upright on the center stand. You're going to save more room in your garage. It's not going to be leaned over. And most bikes now don't come with center stands anymore. And usually they're a few $100s just to buy one. And then if you're going to fit it yourself, you can save on the labor. But if you're gonna pay a shop, you know, you're talking another, depending on the machine, of course, another few $100s in labor. So the fact that that's standard, big value in my book, especially on the Meteor here. And these come with a 3-year unlimited mileage warranty. So this one being a 2022, slightly used, it does still have you know, a remainder of that warranty. So obviously at the purchase date, that can be figured out of you know, how much is left on it, depending on when the in-service date was in the like. But just to mention too, awesome warranty on these bikes, that this still has, you know, some of that left. Now let me show you the handlebars and controls, and then we'll start it up and do a little test ride. This machine really, it's a really nice tight running bike, and you know, starts easily, good pickup. It's like a new machine is what I'm getting at. So on our clutch side, we of course got our clutch, cool 3-way switch here. So this is low beam, flash to pass is in, and that's high beam, blinkers, horn, another cool 3-way switch. Once again, check out the detail on that switch, what Royal Enfield did there. So they could have just left that blank. I don't think anyone would have complained, but they really go above and beyond on these bikes, the little details and quality touches. So once again, 3-way switch, run position, that's kill, and then to start it, you bump it in there. Of course, the front brake, and standard hazards on this bike as well. So if I turn the key on, I can turn the hazards on and actually shut the key off, and the hazards will stay on. So another awesome value with this bike, as once again, a lot of bikes now, especially in a higher price point, don't have hazards or 4-way flashers as standard. And a lot of bikes, you can't even retrofit it, or you gotta wait for like an aftermarket option. So just turning those off there. We'll turn the ignition back on. We heard the fuel pump prime. These are fuel injected. And we can see just really nice layout of the clusters here. And this being a 22 model has the tripper navigation, which is this little unit here. So that pairs your phone with Google Maps, and that'll show you kind of your next turn. Really cool, feeds directions on there for you. There won't be like a full map on there. It'll just say kind of the next street you need to turn on and what to be aware of. So you can see the bike has a fuel gauge as well. We're a little over half a tank, even a gear indicator. And if we use this button here, we can cycle through our trips and back to our odometer. And then to reset our trip, we just select the respective trip, and then what we do is push and hold, and then within a couple seconds that will reset back. So very, very intuitive and easy. And I will mention before I start it up, check out this hidden USB charger. See this little box right here has a USB symbol. So if you flip that open, which it's a nice tight fit. So now that I have it popped open, let me give you a better angle there. You can see USB charger as standard, hidden under the clutch lever. So very cool, Royal Enfield did that. It's kind of easy to miss. I know sometimes even I will miss it when I'm kind of doing a video sometimes. But it's nice because you could run a short cord with the factory harness to wherever your phone mount is. So very clean installation there. I will note the rear taillights on these are very bright. They have kind of that cool kind of halo around the edges. They're LED as well. And the front headlight is halogen, but we have options for LED, putting an LED in there and improving the light output a little bit. So we're in the run position. We're in neutral, the key's on. Let's just bump the starter and check it out. These really have that classic thumper exhaust note with that big 350 firing away. It puts a smile on your face just being around one of these bikes, you know, when it's running. So now what I'm gonna do is throw a leg over it and just take it for a little spin in the parking lot, show you it accelerating, shifting through the gears, and then we'll finish this video out with some final comments. So now that we're on the Meteor here, very comfortable seat, I may mention. Let's start it up. I'll do a couple little tight maneuvers, as these bikes are really not intimidating to ride, and they kind of flow very well, very maneuverable, and really just a joy. So let's do it. Clicks easily right down into first. We can see I can lean it over, modulate the clutch, do some tight turns here. And I don't ride one of these bikes every day, and we can see almost how effortless this is. And now let's give it a little bit of gas. So now that we've learned about the condition of this Meteor, we've learned about some of its features and specifications, and we've had a fun little test ride, that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something new on this Meteor. At the date of this video posting, this bike is available. Click the link in the description. You'll be able to see the pricing and availability. That's one click away. And it'll be very clear if this has sold. It'll say that in the listing. So like I said, one click away. Go check that out. So this has been Ian reporting from our Boxborough location. Please leave a like on this video and subscribe so then you don't miss out on the latest motoring content.